What is up guys, Julien here of Social Vignerons. Welcome back to another wine video. Today we are tasting wines I've been particularly curious about. Today we are tasting sparkling wines from England. More specifically, we are going to be tasting the wines by Denbies Wine Estate. So this is a winery located in the Surrey county, that's in the southeastern corner of England, around the other counties of Sussex, Kent and Hampshire. This is the corner of England that is particularly suited for viticulture, for growing and making wines, because it's the warmest and the sunniest area of England, and it also has the characteristic of having some limestone rich and chalky soils that are quite comparable to the ones found in Champagne, together with the cool climate combination to make a great terroir particularly suited for fine sparkling wine production. But I've never tried an English wine before, so I'm very curious. Furthermore, Denbies is a wine estate that seems to be very dynamic. They have recently been investing quite massively to plant more and more vineyards, to upgrade their winery, and they are also upgrading their hotel and their wine tourism facility. This is, I believe, a fairly touristic area, so a leading winery. They are developing their wine tourism, and they are also investing significantly to make better and better wines. They are also very reputable as one of the finest sparkling wine producers in Great Britain, so excited to taste those. Let's go. First off is the Greenfield Cuvee by Denbies. This is the estate's premium non-vintage cuvee. They make a more entry level cuvee that's called White Downs. This is more of their premium blend, non-vintage cuvee. This is a blend of 85% Chardonnay, 13.5% Pinot Noir, and a small 1.5, a touch, a hint, a dash of Pinot Meunier, typical Champagne blend. Obviously the three main grape varieties of Champagne France are present in this cuvee. The grapes for Greenfields were hand harvested and whole bunch pressed, typical of Champagne, fermented in stainless steel tanks, and they were aged on their lees as well. Full complete malolactic fermentation on this wine. So let's dig and try this little baby. Very nice little mousse. So this is obviously a méthode traditionnelle, anciently méthode champenoise, but méthode traditionnelle, fermented, re-fermented in the bottle for the wine to acquire its delightful bubbles. You can see that it's got a nice shiny golden color. It's quite an intense color. We're not on the pale yellow, lemon yellow spectrum, but we're more on the rather intense and slightly golden spectrum. I can already smell some nutty and grassy walnut characters just by pouring the wine. You can see that the wine bubbles and sparkles abundantly. I'm actually going to transfer this wine into my favorite tasting glass so I can smell and taste it a little bit better. So you can definitely tell that this is a frothy wine. The bubble seems to be fine. Certainly in this glass, which is more open, the fruit and the vibrancy of the fruity characters, there's a lot of peach and apricot, vibrant, white peach. So it smells very sunny, surprisingly, more sunnier than what you expect from, I guess, England. There's a lot of white peach character to it, together with some buttery, delicate buttery notes, a bit of walnut from the aging on the lees, I suspect, a brioche. So it's got all the typical elements of a very good sparkling wines in very much of a Champagne fashion. The texture on this is very smooth and coating to your palate. This is a dry wine, touches maybe of sugars just for the dosage, just to round it up, but this is a dry wine with solid minerality. ample body and a big burst of flavors and quite an amazing length, to be honest. I'm amazed at the freshness of the fruit character. There is a strong quince paste character to it, together with the stone fruit as I was talking about, perhaps a bit of elderflowers. It's floral, it's also pretty spicy and nutty and walnut, loads of honey, lots of beeswax and flowers. Delicious wine. There is certainly a lot going on here, a big intensity of flavors, long lengths, very good balance on a dry acidic body. This is definitely a wine that you want to pair with food, but you can have it on its own as well, because it's balanced, it's elegant, it's soft, it's smooth on your palate, and it's also very expressive. So you do want to enjoy it a little bit by itself and enjoy its bouquet, its fantastic complexity of fresh and vibrant, but also creamy, buttery and spicy expression. Gold medal at the Wines of Great Britain Awards, gold medal last year in 2018, and I can see that they've made a very good selection with that gold medal, because this is an excellent cuvee. This to me is an easy 91 plus points out of 100. Excellent non-vintage cuvee. I'm impressed. But let's move on to the second wine we have here. This is the cuvée Cubitt Blanc de Noits 2013. So this is a vintage cuvée, and this is more of a single vineyard vintage cuvée approach. This is made from 100% Pinot Noir from hillside vineyards, some of the best vineyard site on the Denbies estate. So that's more of a premium cuvée, and this is a Brit cuvée, so small dosage, small addition of sugar at dosage. Let's dig into it. So the Cubitt Blanc de Noir, again hand-picked, whole bunch pressed at the vineyard. I believe it has gone through malolactic fermentation. The specificity also of this wine, and you can tell because this is a 2013 vintage already, so it's about 5-6 years old already, is that after fermentation and a bit of aging in tank, it's actually spent 40 months lying down on its lees in the bottle. So the winery has gone for refining and extracting all the goodness from the lees and letting the wine mature and refine at its cellar before release. So definitely a lot of care, a lot of attention seems to have gone into this wine, with a bonus that it's more of a single vineyard, pure expression of Pinot Noir from England. So that should be very interesting. Let's dig into it. Maybe I'm going to pour it in the flute first, so you can see how it pours. Slightly less frothy. The bubbles are really superb and fine as well. You can tell that the intensity of color is a little bit more intense. There's a bit more amber hues to it, and that's probably the Pinot Noir, the expression of the Pinot Noir. You know, Pinot Noir is a red grape, so sometimes it infuses a little bit of gray, a little bit of slightly pinkish color that you can tell in this wine. You can see that the bubbles are very fine, and they're very keen, they're very excited to jump out of the glass. There is a lot going on in here as well. I'm going to do my little transfer to the wine, warms up a little bit, the bubbles calm down a little bit so I can taste it a little bit better, and the flavors will open up in the glass as well. Delightful color. This is very pleasing, very shiny, very tempting color. The wine straight away feels a little bit less opulently fruity and floral. This is definitely more a wine that has been refined, that has aged a little bit on its bottle, as I was saying, and you can sense it. There's more nutty character, even more nutty character, and a bit of wax, a bit of beeswax. But this gives it a bit more depth, a bit more seriousness. You can sense that this is probably going to be more of a gastronomic wine, a wine to analyze, and maybe less obvious enjoyment, but maybe more complexity and depth to it. So it's waxy, still a bit of honey, but there's less this vibrant, explosive layer of fruit expression in here. I am loving the floral lily expression that it's got, and there's also a lot of vibrant lemon. I find a lot in a Pinot Noir from Champagne and from very cool climates, a lot of citrus, grapefruit character, and that does give it a bit of zinginess on the background to the aromatic profile. So yeah, certainly a wine with much more control and much more tension on your palate. The acidity is crystalline, the acidity is sharp, and it drives the tasting on a backbone of acidity, so lots of tension. So more a wine for gourmet, a wine for connoisseurs, a wine for pairing with food. This is a wine to pair with delicate entrees. You can definitely sense that this is the sort of wine that you'd find in Michelin star restaurants, because it's got a very fine and refined expression and tension to the palate. The wine tastes like lime, pure, crisp, zingy lime with a bit of sandalwood, very subtle, very elegant flavors to it. There's also this fantastic, excellent, very delicate floral character to it. This is a sparkling wine made to impress. You can sense that this is definitely a wine show, iconic flagship wine by Denbies. It's fantastically refined. It's really superb and enjoyable, and I love the dryness and the focus of the acidity on this wine. This is a 92 out of 100 points. It's got the balance, it's got the body, the length, but also more importantly the finesse. So overall, what are my takeaways from this tasting? Well, that English wine definitely is right up there in terms of the quality of the sparkling wines, at least by the ones by Denbies. I'm amazed by the purity of expression and the refinement. I find them surprisingly a little bit more open and opulent than a lot of champagnes. There's a big burst of fruity expression to the fruit-driven wines. You get all the refinement and the nutty and the brioche characters to this wine that we love in Méthode Traditionnelle and in Champagne. But there's a warming, relaxed feel to these wines as well that you don't always find with Champagne wines. So I can definitely sense how English wines have something specific, a sense of terroir to say about them. You can also definitely sense that those are made with Champagne grape varieties, which is a good thing, but they're bringing up their own style and their own expression, so it does make sense that they are very popular and that the British love it more and more, and they also get exported to the United States and to Northern Europe, I believe, Scandinavia, also Japan. A sincere thank you to Denbies Wine Estate for sending those over for me to discover and for you to discover and experience with me. I hope you get a chance to try them someday. Ask any question you would like answered in the comments and let me know your thoughts about this video. I will be releasing today a daily wine information video as part of my Talking Wine with Julien series, specifically about English wines, the top facts that you should know about English wines. So have a look at this one. I will link to it at the end of this video, and I will see you soon in the wine world. Cheers.